The fourth round of the FIM Supermoto World Championship S1GP returns to the Poznan circuit in one of Poland's oldest cities. Situated on the banks of the Warta River, Poznan is an important cultural and business centre, as well as one of Poland's most populated regions, about 3 hours west of the capital city, Warsaw. In S1, Thomas Schurer has an 18-point advantage over Mark Rayner-Schmidt, and in the S2 European Championship, it's a Czech Republic 1-2, with Peter Vorlacek leading Milan Sitniacki by 28 points. It's the short start straight here at Poznan, and no sooner have the riders left the grid, they're already peeling off to the right into the long sweeping right-handed first turn. Then there's a quick flip-flop, left and right, straightening up ever so slightly, and then continuing through this left, which is probably one of the longest turns on the racetrack. Up on the fat part of the tyre, hard on the brakes, through another little kink, and then into the 180 left. This is turn 8, short straight, hard on the brakes, into the 180 right, that's turn 9. Exit the turn, back onto a short straight, and immediately turning right, hard on the brakes as they enter the off-road section. Same as last year, double to the outside, triple to the inside, choice of lines through the right-hander into a wave section on the exit, and then over a small double jump. Landing into the 90 left, short burst, back onto the asphalt, and then a really tight chicane on the exit. Then we have this short straight here. This takes us up to the final right-hand corner on the racetrack, and as the riders exit here, it's back down the start-finish straight to complete the lap here in Poznan. Diego Monticelli was quickest in time practice in S2, edging out Giovanni Busai by less than a tenth of a second, with Sitniacki third. And despite being fastest in free practice, championship leader Peter Vorlacek could only manage fourth and heads up row 2 with Promutico and Ciaglia alongside him. Sitniacki won race 1 from start to finish, with Busai and Vorlacek rounding out the top 3. This is race 2. And charging down into the first turn, it is Giovanni Busai with a whole shot. Sitniacki right there in his wheel tracks, and I think Monticelli there in third as we go on board with Vorlacek just there in fourth place behind Monticelli. Warm conditions here today in Poland. As we exit the turn, Busai, Sitniacki, Monticelli, Vorlacek, Juan Lados, Promutico rounding out the top 6. Oh, I tell you what, that was very tight. Luca Ciaglia in 7th, trying to pass Promutico up the inside there. Very, very tight into that left-hander, but Busai is into the off-road section. Sitniacki, Monticelli, Vorlacek, no change there. Lados in 5th. Promutico, Ciaglia, and the 96 there of Roman Kivers. He's in 8th place as the battle for the lead continues here between Busai and Sitniacki on the 121 machine. Through the final turn, down the straight, and Busai doing his best to hang on here. Monticelli looking menacing down the inside, but no way through there from third, or is there? Looks like he's just got it, but I think Sitniacki will hold on to second in the next right-hander, and indeed he does. Very tight, but look at that. Monticelli had the right line entering into the off-road section and gets past. Goes up into second place, goes after Busai now. Here's Busai. Monticelli now second. Vorlacek around the outside. Tries to go into second position there, but see how tight it was there on board with Vorlacek as he was squeezed by Monticelli through the very tight chicane. Monticelli down the inside of Busai. It's going to run wide. Takes first. Loses it immediately. Vorlacek right there in third place as the 4 top riders in this class now starting to break away. Busai continues to lead, and again Vorlacek round the outside of Monticelli. This time he makes second place stick and goes after Giovanni Busai. Busai. Hand off the handlebar. Briefly. Voracek there in second. Monticelli third. Sitniatsky in fourth position. Into the rhythm section. No problems there, but Sitniatsky finds his way through. That pass on Monticelli, getting himself up into third place, and at the same time, Voracek passes Busai for the lead. So Voracek now leads then. Busai second, Sitniatsky third, Monticelli fourth, and not too far behind there in the background, Juan Lados, the Spaniard. So it's pretty intense out there at the moment in S2. Busai, Sitniatsky, Monticelli in the flow colours. He's in fourth, Lados not too far behind. Busai neatly down the inside of Voracek. Takes a lead. Whoa, where did he come from? Out of control for Monticelli, almost wiped out. Peter Voracek from second position. Where is he now? Well, there he is. Well, he's completely missed the off-road section, trying to rejoin the track in as safe a place as possible, you would assume. He was in fourth, and he maintains track position, and I wonder if the officials will have a look at that later on in the race. Voracek into the waves. Doing a good job. Oh, loses the front end, goes down from second position. Sitniatsky, Monticelli, Lados all go through. Voracek, where is he? Over there on the left-hand side, coming towards us now. Looks like he might be in about 8th place as he picks himself back up. It's a tough blow for the championship leader, especially as Sitniatsky, his closest rival in the championship, finds his way past him, and there he is in second, the middle rider in shot. Busai continues to lead. Monticelli all over the back. Oh, and the rear end steps out on Busai's machine. He crashes out of the lead. So Monticelli now in second position, going after Milan Sitniatsky as they battle for the lead here. And Monticelli looking for a way through. He's ran wide here before. Looks like he's ran wide again. Can he hold a nice tight line in the next right-hander? Yes, he does. Keeps hold of the lead then. There's the battle for 5th place. Roman Kivers, Lorenzo Promutico, Emmerich Gilwaz, and Voracek. And 6 riders now battling for 3rd, headed up by Busai, Lados, Kivers, Promutico. Oh, Voracek ran the outside, passes Gilos. Oh, Gilos makes a mistake there. And it looks like Voracek checked up. Something happened ahead of Voracek. We didn't quite see it. So Voracek gaining another couple of positions there as Gilos tries to get going. Right, let's look at it again here. Well, Lados caught the tough block and it went right into the path of Promutico and Kivers. They both crash out. Voracek gained 2 more places. Final lap then. Monticelli leading the way. Waved yellows on the final jump in the off-road section. Everybody wheels on the ground. But out of the final turn, the checkered flag awaits, and it's going to be a win in S2 Race 2 for Monticelli. Sitniatsky takes a second, but wins the overall. Overall results then in S2. Well, Milan Sitniatsky was declared the winner in Race 2 after Monticelli was given a penalty for rejoining the track in a different place, despite not gaining an advantage. So Monticelli goes 1-1, picks up 50 points for the overall, and Busai and Voracek join him on the podium in 2nd and 3rd. And there is the podium. 3rd for Voracek, Busai 2nd, Sitniatsky wins it here today. But of course, the championship lead still being governed by Peter Voracek.
In the time practice I was 3rd, so I wasn't thinking about winning this weekend. But despite that, I was able to win, so I'm super happy about it. Big thanks to my family for the support and for the family of Voraceks.
Take a look at the S2 European Championship standings then. Well, after his double race victory, Sitniatsky has now closed the gap to Voracek from 28 points to 16 with 3 rounds to go. Busai, Kivers and Promutico round out the top 5. Mark Rayner-Schmidt felt at home immediately in the time training session, setting the pace early on, and was clearly the rider to beat as Thomas Scherer came close, but couldn't match the time of Schmidt, but he was going to go through to the Super Chrono session anyway. Now the only Polish rider on the track, riding number 13, Wojciech Manchak, could only manage 7th, but he will start from the front of row 3. Lucas Holbacher, though, survived a big moment and was good enough for 4th, but listen to the panic rev there as he came into land. Another rider who had 1 or 2 problems early on was the number 71 of Pavel Kamar, but he did advance through to the Super Chrono session with 3rd in the time practice, as did Jose Luis Hernandez, number 14, who made it through to the Super Chrono with 6th in the time session. When it came to the Super Chrono, though, Kamar set the 3rd fastest time on the number 71 machine. He rounds out the front row. Despite chasing Schmidt, David Jimenez could only manage 5th ahead of Hernandez. Schmidt had to settle for 2nd in the end, as Thomas Scherer, though, stormed to pole position on his factory TM and collected another contingency check for a set of tyres, courtesy of Michelin. So Thomas Scherer clearly on form when it comes to the Super Chrono sessions in 2016. Riders and mechanics then preparing for S1GP Race 1, all going through the last minute checks, making sure everything is in order, making sure that tyres are warmed up. Thomas Scherer looked pretty relaxed ahead of this first race. Kamar putting on his goggles. Mark Rayner-Schmidt just checking his front brake tension is correct. Start list though in S1 GP Race 1. Scherer starts from pole for the 4th time this year. Mark Rayner-Schmidt and Pavel Kamar join the championship leader on the front row. Row 2 is headed up by Lucas Holbacher, while the home rider, Manchak, will head up row 3 in front of his home fans here. S1GP Race 1, lights go out, and over on the right-hand side, Thomas Scherer cuts across everybody else, storms the whole shot. Kamar right there in 2nd, on board here with Lucas Holbacher in 3rd place. Just hear the revs, easy on the gas. Tyres still a little bit cool, but Thomas Scherer leading the way. Kamar 2nd, Holbacher, Mark Rayner-Schmidt right there behind him in 4th. So the big 4 in this class really starting to come to the top here in the second half of the season. Scherer, Kamar, Holbacher, Rayner-Schmidt, no change there as they exit the turn, but Thomas Scherer though leading the way into the off-road section. Factory TM rider looking good for another title potentially. Right behind him though, Kamar, Holbacher, Schmidt. You see the top 4 now already starting to pull away from the rest of the pack as they head down the start straight to start lap 2. Scherer just easing his way into it, it seems here. It's always so good when he leads from the front. Look at the gap they've already built up over the rest of the field. Make it look so easy at times, these guys. Mark Rayner-Schmidt maybe just biding his time, perhaps, there in 4th place. Oh, shame for Wojciech Manchak. The only pole in the race, pulls out of the race with a leg injury, we're told. So he will be disappointed with that, as will the home fans. Battle for 5th, though. David Jimenez, Jose Luis Hernandez, Cordina Gianola and Marius Lita. Battle for 3rd though, Holbacher and Schmidt. Just behind him in 4th on that blue TM, number 41. Was he surfing the front end there? It looked like it just a little bit. Oh, heavy landing there from Holbacher as well as he came into land. That would have jarred the wrists. Thomas Scherer back down the start-finish straight though, looking in control as ever. Starting to pick up a nice advantage now over Pavel Kamar, the number 71 in 2nd position. There he is, just coming into view now. Similar gap back to Holbacher in 3rd and Mark Rayner-Schmidt in 4th. Warm conditions here today. Set to get hotter for race 2, we're told. Here he is, Ignacy Codina Plaza, the Spanish rider. He's in 7th position at the moment, so having a good ride. Points on the board for him at the moment. Thomas Scherer, though, nicely done through the end of the wave section. Comes into land a little bit short, but up on the pegs, nicely through the off-road section, and then barely puts a foot down as he exits the chicane. Had 5 race wins so far, Thomas Scherer. Looking good for a 6th here. Not quite half distance yet in this first race. You see the riders behind him. Kamar, Holbacher, Schmidt, all well settled into their places. There's Holbacher, there's Mark Rayner Schmidt. He's in 4th place. You would have been expecting a little bit more from this one at this stage in the race. He's at least tried to go after Thomas Scherer. He's already picked up a race win earlier on in the year. Mark Rayner Schmidt. There's Kamar, looking good in 2nd position. There's Jimenez. He's in 5th place. Battle for 2nd, though. Oh, how tight is that? Kamar and Holbacher duking it out. The 71 and the 72 all over each other. Is Kamar on borrowed time here? Well, Holbacher will try to spring. Oh, here we are on board with him now. Charges down the inside. Does he make the pass stick? Yes, he does. Goes into 2nd place. Pushes Kamar back to 3rd. Great bit of riding there from Holbacher. Replay. Oh, neatly done. Backs it in. A treat. Holbacher still there in 2nd. Kamar, 71 on the orange bike. 2nd rider in shot. He is in 3rd place. Scherer out of sight, but the battle now heating up for 2nd. A 3-way battle. Holbacher, Kamar, and Mark Rayner Schmidt all of a sudden coming to life here on lap 13. Sitting there in 4th place, back on board with, oh, Holbacher. Kamar down the side of him. Well, they're trying to break free, and I wonder if Holbacher caught his leg in the rear wheel of Kamar's machine. Well, either way, they're both back at it. Tries to go outside, foxes him, and sends Kamar the wrong way, takes over the position. I think they may have been battling over 3rd. Here's this replay. Oh, yeah, look at the rear wheel. Wraps the leg around the rear wheel of Kamar. Schmidt goes through in 2nd, and they did well to stay up. And they rejoined in 3rd and 4th place. So Holbacher right there. But here's Thomas Scherer on his final lap. David Jimenez behind him, so he's just been lapped. No such problems for the number 4, the TM Factory rider, Thomas Scherer. Rounds out the final turn, pulls a nice big wheelie, takes victory in race 1, his 6th win of the season. And a comfortable win it was too. Official confirmation then, race 1 results in S1GP. Thomas Scherer wins it from Mark Rayner Schmidt, Lucas Holbacher, Pavel Kamar, David Jimenez coming home in 5th. S1GP Race 2, lights go out, not such a good jump for Scherer, but a flying start for the 71 of Kamar. And Rayner Schmidt up the inside of Scherer. Well, that's a big advantage right on the very first lap as we go on board here at the front of the machine with Pavel Kamar as he leads this one away early. He's got Schmidt behind him. Scherer 3rd, Holbacher in 4th place as they hit the infield part of the section on this racetrack. Jimenez also gets a good start here this time around. Into the off-road section, on board here with Kamar. Leading the way. Doesn't want to make any mistakes on the opening lap here. Nicely done through the chicane. Hooking up the gears, 2, 3, 4 gear changes there as he swings out through the right-hander back down the start-finish straight. He's got a slight advantage over 41, Mark Rayner Schmidt. Scherer right there in third. Holbacher fourth. There's Jimenez fifth. Back up front though. Kmar 71. 41. Oh, a little bit out of shape there for Mark Rayner-Schmidt, but manages to keep it upright. But Scherer's closed in, so too has Holbacher. Oh, and Scherer picking himself back up, so he's at a moment coming out of the chicane back towards the finish area. I think he picks himself up in probably 5th place, so all change here, all of a sudden looking good for Mark Rayner-Schmidt then. So here is Mark Rayner-Schmidt in second, behind Kmar. The battle for the lead. Looking interesting all of a sudden. Kmar leading the way. I was almost going to say, looks like he's pulling away, but not really. It's less than a second as they head through the little flip-flops there. All of a sudden, Kmar here, 71, has his hands full of Mark Rayner-Schmidt. They've got a nice gap over Holbacher in third here, number 72. Where is Thomas Scherer? There's David Jimenez, and there is Thomas Scherer. So Scherer on the number 4, he's in 5th place. A little bit of work to do. Unfortunate. Battle for the lead resumes here again. Triple into the right-hander. Nicely seat bouncing his way through the first double on the exit of the corner there, Pavel Kmar. And Kmar leads away. Oh, he pulls up. Schmidt goes through, and here's why. Stop-go penalty for Pavel Kmar, the race leader. He'll be held there for 10 seconds. Rejoins the race behind Thomas Scherer. Oh, and here's why. No wonder he got a flying start. Just went too early on the start. And now he's back in 5th place behind. Well, I think it might be in 4th place, actually, because they've both dispatched of David Jimenez. So this is now for third. Thomas Scherer in third. Kmar in 4th, looking for a way through. Not going to go through there. Look how Scherer just closes the door. And takes a nervous look over his shoulder as well. Runs wide into the off-road section. Just barely hanging on here, number 4, Thomas Scherer. I wonder if he's picked up a knock when he went down. Oh, Kmar, is he going to make it happen here? Yes, he does. Takes third away from the World Championship leader and 4-time champ Thomas Scherer. So Kmar now third on the number 71 machine. Here he is. Scherer looking for a way through in 4th. Goes one way, then the other. Schmidt. Holbacher. Here's Jimenez. He's in 5th place, just like he was in race 1. Oh, and look how close it is now for the lead. Mark Rayner-Schmidt and Lucas Holbacher all over each other in first and second position. Could not be any tighter between those two. There's a battle for third once more. Kmar doing his best to hang on from Thomas Scherer. Scherer's lead at the top of the championship wasn't that great coming in. 18 points, I think it was, at the start of the weekend. And Rayner-Schmidt just needs to hang on. He's got the chicane and the final turn. Can he hang on here? Checkered flag being readied. Mark Rayner-Schmidt looks over his shoulder. He takes his 2nd race win of the season, and he's going to take the overall victory here as well today. Holbacher there in 2nd, pushing him all the way. Good job, boys. So Mark Rayner-Schmidt then wins race 2, Holbacher 2nd, Kmar 3rd, Scherer 4th in the end, ahead of David Jimenez. And the overall then belongs to number 41 on the DeGasoline TM. Mark Rayner-Schmidt picking up 47 points, Scherer 43. So the championship will be starting to close down as we head to round 5. More on that later. But your top 3 then. Lucas Holbacher 3rd overall, Thomas Scherer 2nd, Mark Rayner-Schmidt your overall winner, taking his first ever win in the S1GP category, the European champion from last year. Trophies being handed out. So Holbacher gets his 3rd place trophy. Thomas Scherer picks up 2nd place today. He'll be disappointed. A slight error from the 4-time champ cost him 4 points. To that man there, Mark Rayner-Schmidt, your overall winner today. But Thomas Scherer will continue to lead the championship, although his lead is starting to come down, as we already mentioned a moment ago. 14 by my reckoning. Now that gap.
I'm really happy about a lot of work and a race without mistakes. I can win the S1GP. I'm really happy, and I'm very, very happy for the next races who come. I think it's possible to win the World Championship for me. I will give all in the next races, and I'm happy for riding, and all is perfect in this moment. Yes, I'm happy.
Take a look at the World Championship standings then in S1GP, and it's down to just 14 points now between Thomas Scherer and Mark Rayner-Schmidt. No wonder he's thinking that he could possibly win the World Championship come the final round. Manufacturer's Chaser, of course, TM. Massive gap over the rest. Husqvarna second, KTM, Suzuki, Aprilia, Yamaha down there in 6th position. Well, that's all we've got time for from Poland. Join us next time when we go to Melk in Austria and round 5. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.